Welcome back to Starlight and welcome back to Quick Builds. So today we're going to build a power room. Given that we done last week at Sanctuary, we made a little bit of a water purifier maintenance room. I thought it was important that maybe we follow that up with a power room. And this build isn't really that complicated at all. I'm going to use these blocks from Workshop Rearranged just to make it look a little bit derelict and a little bit industrial as well. Now this is an important technique that I'm using because I'm going to have a raised floor in this building, so I use this shack foundation, and it's worth taking the time just to get this correct position wise. And of course, if you've been working with Fallout for a while, you know that the angles can be a little bit weird, so I'm going to take my time and get this spot on, because it will make a huge difference once I get the next floors in. Now, a power room is something I always like to have along with the water purifier. I like to have all these kind of things in my settlement. The big important thing if you're going to build a little power room like this one is just have a think where you're going to build it as far as your settlement goes. You want it fairly central in your settlement so you can run wires from a central point. So put the doors in, the walls in, pretty standard stuff. Of course, you can build this from whatever material you like. The concept is pretty easy to master. These walls I put in the back, I'm going with these half walls because I'm going to put some windows in the back here. Now I end up changing a few things in the final build, and you see in the final walkthrough I do actually end up changing this window and going with a single window, but I'll show you that towards the end if I can remember. Because I've raised up this wall, it can cause you a few issues, so my suggestion is use these little half walls, these ones here, and then use some kind of beam to plug the gap, and you'll see a little bit later what I'm talking about. So we'll get these other walls in the other side in. Here we go, 1, 2. They should all snap together. Now you can see, if you were very quick, you can see there's a slight difference in the wall height, but we'll come to that in a minute. Okay, get these floor pieces stroke roof pieces in. Now this fights me a little bit. I have to actually put one on the outside. For some reason I'm going to snap straight in, so I'm going to put one on the outside, and then it'll allow it to snap there like that, and there like that, and then we can get rid of that front piece. We don't need that anymore. Nice. And generally what I will do with a power room like this is I'll use the security fences to make it look enclosed. So we'll just drop them in there, and they should fit nicely without any dramas, like that. There we go. Just make sure you can get clearance for the roof, and then we'll put the security roofs in like this. So I like to have it all open. You can just put a fixed roof. Now you can see there's a gap there, but with these blocks in Workshop Rearranged, they do come with concrete pillars or beams like that. There you go, one on each side. And I like the fact that that actually recesses in a little bit. There we go, all done. Nice. So that's the basic shell for your power room. Not much more to worry about there. I will dress up a whole lot of the stuff inside, and I'll show you what I do during the tour. But obviously this is just getting the build and the overall look right. So I'm going to use this little step from the concrete tab, the cement tab, because I think it looks industrial and looks much more likely to be there rather than a wood stair, and it just fits in with the materials I'm using. Okay, so far so good. Find a door to put in there. That one will do fine. And now you can see the upper level is a bit higher than the lower level, so I want to address that by using those same pillars, beams, whatever you want to call them, those ones there, and they should just snap right on the front there. These can be a little bit tricky at times, but you just need to be persistent, and they will snap in just like that. Okay, and we'll put a roof on the front, a little bit of a veranda, and then we should be done. Now, with most of this build, it has a lot more to do with the way that you dress it up, and you'll see in the final tour what I'm talking about. But the actual build itself is not overly complicated. Now, for some reason with these roofs, these shack half roofs, this long one won't snap in, but the single ones will. And how many times do we see that? These ones just snap beautifully in there. I realise I'm going to need another one there. Now you'll see in a second, this one's not going to, this one just won't snap. Look, watch this, just won't snap for some reason. Don't understand it, but these ones will solve the problem, so we'll just go with that. Nice. Now again, I'll use wood pillars and things here. I end up changing this in the final build as well. I'll go with a more metal look, but for now these just snap straight into place. And then you can put whatever railing system you want. You could potentially leave that open, and in fact I end up using the railings from the cement tab and leaving it open. When I looked at it, it just didn't quite look right. So again, you can use the pillar or whatever to get these in. I'm going to use place anywhere as ever. Here we go. Just pull it out a little bit like that. One more on the other side, and we're pretty much done. It's a nice little idea. Keeps your power all in one place. Run all your lines from there, and then you're done. So we'll go to the final tour. There we go. That's the building finished. And dressing this up and decorating really does make a difference. So you can see, here we go. Nice little power station, and you can see I've got my mandatory truck there, which I've added a whole lot of junk into the tray of. Added a little bit of a billboard on the side. I have used the wire glitch to wire this up, but you can see I've used those steel pillars from the warehouse tab and these beams from the concrete tab. I think it just looks a little bit nicer. And I did a whole lot of signs somewhere for them to sit in the sun when they're not working. These electronic pieces, you can get them in USO Workshop Rearranged, a number of mods. Of course, we have the ladder behind the door and a toolkit in case we need to do repairs. A little bit of a office area there for administration purposes. These pieces, as I said, they're in several mods. SOE I think also has them. There we go. He's got his lunchbox there. Obviously had a cigarette. Now this switch here is actually wired to the transmitter that attracts settlers. So I wanted a separate switch there so I can switch it on and off as needed. And you can see in the power room we've put the big fusion generator in, glitched a number of wires on the roof. So there you go, guys. Quick little build, little power generator room. Hope this has been useful. Thanks for supporting the channel. Another quick build's complete. And we will catch you next time.